Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Just lovely. We have a lot to talk about on this Tuesday, August 17th, 2021. Where to start? Okay, how about the market? So today, after, let's see, I don't know how many record highs we had last week, 3. This week, yesterday, we had another record high with regard to this market. Okay, so stocks fell into some pressure today. And it never fails. It really does never fail. What am I talking about? Whenever this happens, whenever stocks sell off a little bit like today, after, again, like I just said, like 3 record highs last week for the Dow and the S&P 500, a record high yesterday for the Dow and the S&P. Today, stocks fall into some pressure, and all of a sudden my email box starts lighting up. Greg, this is it. It's a top. Get out of the market. Where? I must ask, where is this coming from? Who are you listening to out here? Please let me know, because I don't get it. Why do people get fearful when the stock market today as a whole didn't even sell off 1%? Not even 1% in aggregate. So what are we talking about here, people? In my view, you all know this market needs an actual correction, and I'm talking about 5, 10, or 15%. We don't get these anymore. It never happens anymore. Every time the market drops several hundred points within a day or two, it gets bought right back up. So, look, to those of you out here who are really that fearful about the market, if you're in it, get out. Get out of it. Find somewhere else to put your cash to work. You shouldn't be here. That's really the truth. What's changed? Really, honestly, what has changed here? Are we expecting the Federal Reserve really? Are you expecting the Federal Reserve to taper in September? Well, some people are. And you can even see that reflected in, I think, the dollar today. The dollar put on some strength today. But I think the market is more or less confused. Again, you've got, these Federal Reserve freaks, this group over here saying, we're going to taper sooner than later. And you got these other freaks saying, it's not going to happen for quite a long time. So the market's kind of off balance. That's what this is really designed to do. And I explain this to you all the time. When you got, this faction here in the Fed saying this and another faction in the Fed saying that, this is not by accident either. All right. But you got to know where to look. So if you're looking at the dollar today, okay, we got a significant move higher in the dollar, but the debt market didn't do anything. 10-year yield 1.26 still says to me that any kind of a taper from the Fed is way, way off. And, in the face of just, the last 2 days, round after round of bad economic news, and it doesn't stop. We got even more today I want to talk to you about. The Fed can't stop, nor do they want to. So when people see the market sell off like this, not even 1%, and then all of a sudden you're going into some kind of a panic, you're not, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. Stop trading, get out of the market, maybe get into suppressed assets like I always talk about all the time, physical gold, silver. You got to understand that, and I understand that, the market doesn't seem to drop anymore. And it gets people in a panic when they see a little red on the screen. It can't always be green, okay? A random walk with an upward drift. I mean, and I'm talking about a screaming uptrend in this market. Okay, so with that out of the way, yes, stocks fell under some pressure today, but not much. 10-year yield didn't do anything. Dollar got stronger today. Gold and silver fell under a little pressure. Crude oil under a little pressure. And cryptocurrencies are under a little pressure too. We've had one incredible rebound off the low with regard to cryptos. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I do believe it's a high probability that we're going to see a little pressure on cryptos here, which would be fantastic. Fantastic in my view. You get a big run up, you drop to a new floor, and you go higher. That's the way it's going to go with cryptos. Again, the market is in a state of confusion right now. It seems that way, at least gauging from the dollar today and the 10-year yield. Okay, the market is a language. All right, if you know what to look at and why you're looking at it, the market will actually talk to you, and you'll get a really good idea as to what's happening. You understand? So today's little drop here in the stock market, although it did seem to rattle some of you, which I can't even possibly believe, after record high for weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months. And today the market sells off a little bit, and some of you are like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? You got to be kidding me, really, right? No. Anyway, so let's talk further about some lovely economic news that we got more. First of all, let's talk about this. So we keep hearing about, this Delta thing. I don't want to say it because, it's going to happen. But this Delta thing going around is being used again on pretty much all the mainstream media outlets as the scapegoat for rising prices. Again, they're not pointing their finger at the Federal Reserve. It's an incredible thing. The Fed is sitting here literally and deliberately running an inflation creation machine. They're, again, issuing debt through this door, buying it back through this door. Issuing debt through this door, buying it back through this. This is massively inflationary, and it is going constantly around the clock. You understand? But the narrative, at least today, well, it's been going on for quite a while, but especially today, was, it's the Delta. It's this Delta thing. It's the Delta thing. It's causing prices to rise. But again, there's no finger pointing at the Fed running the inflation creation machine. So it's unbelievable to me. All right. So there's one. Prices continue to rise at an astounding pace. Now, home builder sentiment nosedived because, again, affordability for the average person, well, they can't afford to buy a home. We're turning into a nation of renters here. What else would you expect with this thing that's going on around us? And rent, speaking about rent, we found this out today, that rent prices are skyrocketing at their fastest pace on record. How's that? Or how about this one? You're starting to see this. No shot, no service. More and more businesses. I tell you, people, not even your own body is yours anymore. You cannot decide what you want to do with it. They decide what happens to your own body. It's unfreaking believable. Anyway, so that's really the story here. In my view, people, and you know this already, again, it doesn't stop with regard to bad economic news. And that alone is the catalyst for the market, because it realizes the Fed's going to keep moving goalposts. I do, at least. I know there's some confusion, and some of you really do believe, and I hear from you all the time. My emails or in comments that the Fed is going to taper sooner than later, but it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen because it's really not about, the economy here. It's really about the Fed acquiring assets, central banks around the world acquiring assets, issuing more debt. The debt-based economic model is a hideous thing. That's what we have. We do not have a wealth-based system. It's 100% debt-based. And who benefits from the debt-based economic model? The central banks around the world. Period. The end. That's how they keep control, by issuing more debt. You understand? And they will never, ever, ever give up that control. Forget about it. Once this system was established and adopted, well, that's when they had the world by the throat, a boot on your throat, stranglehold around your neck. I don't know another way to put this. So it's really not about the economy. Again, they can shut down the economy, and they did. The stock market will still go higher. It looks like we're marching into something, people, I'm telling you. I still got this very uneasy feeling that I spoke about the other day, and it looks like a lot of you feel the same way. Look, we know that it's just wrong. Everything around us, there's just something going on here that is just not right. And the mechanism of divide and conquer via any mechanism, I told you, they're going to come up with things you can't believe. Now they're using the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. as a mode of divide and conquer here. And there's going to be more. Again, people can think for themselves. There's no free thought is not allowed. Free action is not allowed. Free movement, obviously, not allowed anymore. This is the new world order. This is something they've been working towards for many, many years. Our freedoms and liberties being taken away from us. And people are willing to do it. They just, they've been made so fearful and afraid that, again, once people are made to fear something, one thing, you can control their minds. And that's exactly what's going on here. It's pretty freaking epic. All right, people, look, so that's the story today with this market, with assets around it, possibly a pullback coming here with cryptocurrencies. I think it would be fantastic. It'd be a great opportunity to buy some more in my view. The debt's not going to stop hyperinflating. Gold and silver, of course. Let them play their games. We're going to play ours. With the market, nothing happened today. And I really hope those of you that are panicking and writing to me will start to get a grip, okay, on what's actually going on. All right, with that said, people, look, this guy here loves you a lot. Please share this video. Very important. See you in the morning.